Hi there, folks. This is Mike from Defending 2A. I've been watching on the sidelines for quite a while about all these 2A debates and stuff like that. And, we should ban assault rifles. We should ban all guns. We should ban this. We should take the rights away, which was given to us by our forefathers. And if we write a law that says you can't have a gun, then all gun violence goes away. And we know how stupid that sounds. They even know it doesn't make sense. There's already laws in the book that thou shalt not murder. Well, that's kind of like, speaking like that, it's almost like 10 Commandments. But there's laws against murder. There's laws against assault, against robbery, thieves. They don't care, all right? They're still going to come. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about Virginia. Virginia, the Commonwealth of Virginia, just recently, on May 14th, the governor signed in a law to ban all assault weapons and to stop. You can't buy them, you can't sell them, you can't trade them. You die, you can give them away to your relatives, like you hand them down to your kids. But otherwise, you can't do that. And that's against the 2A, against the Second Amendment, all right? And I will pause this for a second and come back to it. All right. 3, 2, 1. All right. The 2A, which says, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of the free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. All right. Now, first off, let's talk well-regulated militia. All right. Militia back then did not say army or military. Militia was just people with guns that were prepared. All right. America was growing up on guns. When I went to school, you had a bunch of trucks in the parking lot with shotguns hanging on the racks, and no big deal. And we didn't have a lot of shootings. Also, you got to remember, I have never stared at a gun laying on a table, no one touching it, and all of a sudden he got up and shot somebody. It all has to be with the person, and that's through the person's heart. But that's another story. But necessary for security of the free state. Free state. The right of people shall be keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. All right, a free state, which also goes against a tyrannical government. If our government decides to go crazy and say, hey, we're going to become communists, we're going to do this, we're going to shut down everything, we're taking over everything, you get no rights, you get those things like that. It's up to us to stop them. Now, our guns against their guns, not much of a chance, but I will defend my rights. I will defend my family. All right. But anyway, let's go back to the Virginia. The governor's name is Abigail Spanberger. Now, I am not going to sit here and just degrade her and say how horrible of a person she is, because I've looked at some of her things she's done. She is for some cheaper housing to try to get more affordable housing in. She's been up, and she's a Democrat, which I'm a Republican, and I lean that way at least. I'm conservative. But she's been against Biden and stuff about their immigration laws and stuff like that. So she has done some good. Now, she's also not exactly, okay, I'm a Christian. I got a cross here and everything. I'm a Christian. She's trying to get something put into the voters for them to vote, for them to have, everybody can have abortions. It's a right for everybody. It's like a right. I don't remember seeing that in any of the Bill of Rights or in amendments to the Constitution or anything like that. Not like the 2A. So she's putting that right in and trying to take away the gun control one. Let me show you one of the guns that is now called an assault rifle in her eyes. Well, I happen to have one. Here it is, folks. This is the Ruger 1022, one of the most popular guns. Most kids learned on the Ruger 1022. This one here is completely unloaded. You can see, boom, boom, nothing there. But I got a nice scope on it because I like to look at long distance to see how I'm shooting. My eyes aren't the best, but when I go to the range, I like to shoot this thing. Now, let me just lay this gun down because I don't want it to fall down. might scare me. You know, it's not loaded anyway. All right, now let me show you the bullet. That is the bullet for the 10-22. It's a 22 long rifle. That little part is the one that comes out. For you people who don't know, I know most of you people, whoever's watching this thing probably already does know, but I want to show you this. This is the gun, bullet. Because it holds 10 rounds, it's now called an assault rifle in Virginia's eyes. And it's illegal to buy or sell. Most kids grow up shooting that thing. Now, one of the most popular handguns is a 9mm handgun. There's the bullet for the 9mm. There's the bullet for the 22, okay? So that's bigger, all right? This is a dinky little thing, and when you shoot it, you really don't get kick. It's just, all right? This will have a little more of a kick, more punch, more power. I'll let you know right now that if you come into my house in the middle of the night without me knowing who you are and inviting you in, you will know what a 9mm feels like, all right? Do I ever want to shoot somebody? Heaven forbid, no. I don't want to ever shoot somebody. But I will protect my house. I will protect my family. My family comes first, okay? You come in and start threatening things, and it's bad. Now, this here is a 5.56. It's really, diameter-wise, smaller than 9mm. Diameter-wise, it's about the same size as a 22. Back when you hit paper targets, it's a little difficult to see. However, this one here packs a punch that makes a big noise. All right? Now, people are saying, well, why do you even need guns? Well, first off, I believe in protecting my family. Again, I've already said that before. And the governor, she's even saying that one of the reasons they did this gun ban was to protect families. Now, be at your house, wherever you live, right now, 2 o'clock in the morning, somebody breaks into your house, and they are coming for you. How are you going to protect your family? How are you going to protect them? Stop and think about that 1 minute. How are you going to protect your family? How are you going to protect yourself? How are you going to protect it? If you have no guns available, none, because they want to take them all away from you. They don't want you to have a single one. But the crooks will have them because the crooks don't pay law. So they're coming in after you. Yes, you want to dial 911. I have absolutely no problem with dialing 911, especially if there's more than one person in my house. If I wake up and I grab my gun out of my safe, and trust me, it's in a safe. It's not available just for anybody to grab. It's in a locked safe. But if I grab my gun, my wife can be on the phone with 911, all right? I will protect my family. You come into my house, you're fair game, all right? Now, let's talk about this gun. This is the AR right here. Nice little thing, and get me a nice little red dot on top. I like to go shoot with this thing. This thing may go boom, makes a big noise, okay? I hear people sit there and say, you don't need the same gun as the military does when, over in Iraq right now. You don't need the same gun, okay? First off, excuse me, this is not the same gun, okay, folks? This is an AR-15. You hear that. Assault rifle. Well, it's not really assault. AR does not stand for assault rifle, but AR-15. It's the platform, all right? It's nice. It's good. This is unloaded. There's no mag. You can see it's empty there, all right? But this gun here is not the same. The people in the armies across the world, I don't care if you're talking about our army or Russia's army, Ukraine's, or anybody else's, will not have a gun like this because this is semi-automatic. And for those of you who don't know what semi-automatic means, it means you pull the trigger, it goes boom once. You release the trigger, pull it again, it goes boom again until the mag is empty. Depends how many rounds you have in the mag. Mag like this will hold 30 rounds. If I wake up in the middle of the night and somebody's in my house and they have a lot of people coming in my house, I have a nice amount of round on my 9mm, but this in here might get the job done a little more. I'm not going to go through all the guns that I have. I'm going to lay this one down. I'm going to explain to you guys again, okay? Second Amendment is a right. It is not a privilege. It is a right. Now, can you lose that right? Most definitely. If you go out, you armed robbery, shoot somebody unjustifiably, anything like that. I have my concealed carry license. I'm allowed to carry my gun. And of course, at certain places, you're not allowed to carry a gun. You're not allowed to carry them into bars. Alcohol and guns don't mix, all right? So don't try, all right? You're not allowed to carry them in the courthouse. That would not be a very good idea. Not allowed to carry them in the airports. Again, not a very good idea, all right? But you're allowed to carry them. And Ohio's an open carry. I could carry it out in the open, but I like to conceal carry. I don't advertise that I have a gun to people that I'm walking down the street that I have a gun. I don't need any extra thing. It's just there for protection. I don't want to do that. And if I ever come across somebody attacking somebody, I got to be very careful. Because one thing, if I don't know the whole story, I don't know which one's good, which one's bad in this case. And another thing is, I got to be careful what's behind them. All right. In my house, I know what's going on. All right. And I know where my family is and where they're not. And I will not let my family be attacked. So, again, I heard the Department of Justice is going to go against Virginia. That's going to take a while. There is lots of states that are trying to do different bans. And right now, the Supreme Court is leaning towards blocking those bans. But even when they block them, it doesn't stop the states. They keep going. They'll try different ways, different things, different wording, different whatever. It still infringes on our rights. So please pay attention to what's going on. Abigail Spanberger, again, I respect her. You used to work in the CIA. Like I said, I did a little bit of searching on you and stuff like that. I really, if you want to have a debate sometime, I'm here to have a debate. And I understand 100%. Killing of kids, it's senseless. It's horrible. It is despicable. It's thing. But you could kill a kid with a knife. You could kill a kid with a rock. You could kill a kid with a gun. You can kill a kid with a car. You can kill a kid, everything. I mean, we don't go and ban alcohol when there's all these DUI and deaths and stuff because of alcohol. We don't go after the alcohol. We go after the person doing it and try to get them to stop and get points, and it's kind of a lax thing. The gun is the same thing, okay? The person has, anybody who starts going around shooting up places just to shoot up places, there's a problem there. And there's got to be a way to reach them better. And if you look at your zones that have gun-free zones, Chicago area and stuff like that, they have a lot of killing still. But it's because the gangs and the bad guys have the guns. The law-abiding citizens who's done nothing wrong but just wants to protect their family no longer has them. So please remember, 2A is a right. You deserve a right. If anybody wants to debate anything about this for me, I'd be more than happy to have a good discussion with this. I'm not the most educated man in the world. I'm not the elegant, therefore to speak kind of guy. But I will just talk, and please remember, if I disagree with you, it doesn't mean I hate you. I don't know where we came across this country where all of a sudden, oh, you disagree with me, that means you hate me. That is tearing apart our country quicker than anything. That's why we're dividing so much. We're allowed to disagree. We've disagreed on things for hundreds of years in our country. But we didn't hate. We didn't disrespect. I still respect people. Like I said, I disagree with Abigail Spanberger, the governor of Virginia, on the gun control and on the abortion. I disagree completely on that, and I understand that. But I don't hate her. I'm a child of God. I'm supposed to love people like Jesus loved people. So I don't hate her. I disagree with a couple of her stances. There's a couple of other ones that I totally agree with. You're doing a great job there. It doesn't mean, because I don't disagree with one thing, that everything's bad. So anyway, I'm rambling on. Anyway, I want everybody to have a great day. And if you own a gun, don't just own it. Train with it. You need to train. And not to train to kill, but train so it's in your muscle memory so you don't panic if you ever need it. All right? I don't train so I have an opportunity to kill. I train so I have an opportunity to win the gunfight in my house. I train so I have a chance that, hey, you know what? I do this, I do that, and it comes automatic, and my shot's better. And am I the greatest shot in the world? Not even close. My son-in-law's a lot better shot than I am, but I love to shoot, and I love to prepare. All right, and if it ever comes to the point where the government tries to take over our country, if they start doing all wrong, I'll have to decide what I'm going to do. But anyway, everybody have a great day, and remember, God bless you, and thank you for listening.